Let's get this straight. Zero One is not a savior of mankind. He's not a virtuous fighter for the people of Japan, and he is not by design meant to protect the citizens at all. Zero One is a corporate cover-up measure. But let's back up and really break all this down. This video was made after the third episode in Kamen Rider 01 so far, so just keep that in mind. Now, so far we know a few things about the history of Hidden Intelligence's serious, well, up. At some point in the past, several Humagear went rogue and began to attack humans, causing presumably many injuries and/or deaths. One of the witnesses and victims of this attack happens to be our secondary rider, Izumu Fuwa, and rightfully so. He resents both the Humagear and Hidden Intelligence for the fact that they lied to the people of the true cause of that attack. Now, jumping forward to the present day, the former CEO Koronosuke Hidden, he passes away, and it's time to name his successor. So in his letter to the board, he admits to the fact that earlier models of the Humagear have a fatal flaw that can turn them into murderous death machines, and that he knows that someone will inevitably activate this flaw to try and end humanity. So what does the board of this massive corporation that is the sole creator of this technology do? Recall them? Warn the people? Nope, just gonna keep it hidden. Get it? Instead, they develop their own rider system so that they can handle these rogue Humagear before the government can take them and collect their data. Izu, formerly the assistant to the previous CEO prior to his death, tells Aruto to keep his identity a secret, as it would be obvious that they are trying to cover up the attacks, which Fuwa obviously suspects. And at the end of episode 3, Yaiba reveals to another that they now know that the new CEO, Aruto, holds the keys from the cover-up event. Oh yeah, and don't forget that Hidden didn't invent the rider system. AIMS has their own set of riders completely separate from Hidden Intelligence. So that means that Koronosuke just made his own driver to hand to his grandson so that Aruto would have to do the dirty work of covering up the company's lies and their destruction. But now here's the question, why Aruto? Why not someone who's already on the payroll? And here's where we're gonna start to get into some theory territories. So bear with me. Now this could be a simple case of, well, dad died, so Gramps built a robot to give his grandson a father figure while he ran the business. Happens all the time in Japan, trust me. But when Aruto is introduced to Hidden's board of directors, several of the members are confused by his existence, and they admit that they had no clue he even had a grandson. And the base theory here is that Aruto is Koronosuke's greatest creation. A Humagear so close to human that it even thinks it's a person. Now, whether Aruto actually was a child that grew up or was just simply born at age 18 and given false memories is more or less irrelevant to this video, so we'll leave that there. But if they were implanted memories, creating one where his father, which was a Humagear that saved him, it would implant this idea that not all Humagear are bad, and thus prevent all the AI parts of his brain from drawing the obvious conclusion that he should just remove the Humagear from the market in order to protect the people. Oh, and if those memories were implanted, then sorry, Toei, but Operation Overdrive already did that. So assuming that Aruto is a Humagear, what would his prime directive be? Well, as we've seen several of the AI claim already, their mission is to make people happy and to make people laugh, etc. So what is Aruto's dream? Well, he wants to make people smile and laugh. Aruto even admits there's no way a Humagear would know how to make people laugh, and Aruto sure as hell doesn't. Then what would it take to convince a Humagear that believes it's a person to put on the 01 driver and fight? You don't tell it that it's for the company, you tell it that it's protecting people's smiles. I mean, Izu blatantly says to Aruto at the end of episode 1 that his dream is to make people smile, and his actions here as 01, they've done just that. All machinery must have a purpose. By naming his secret Humagear creation the head of the company and providing it a special weapon designed specifically for him, Koronosuke has created a method of continuing to hide his company's biggest flaw well into the future. So after the attack on the main hidden building, the Humagear informed the people that it was simply a safety drill, aka a cover-up. And when Aruto goes to present the true cause of the attacks to the media, he doesn't say it's a flaw in their software that's allowing it to happen. He simply points the finger at the terrorists, aka scapegoating. These are two classic tactics large corporations use to avoid the consequences of their own actions. So if our hero isn't the titular writer, then who is? Well, how about Vulcan and Valkyrie, the two writers who actually work for the government, whose identities are known, and they have a clear structure to ensure accountability for their actions. I mean, even in their very first scene, we're given this perfect look at both of their characters in just one line that exemplifies who they're going to be and how their two styles hinder each other's progress towards their shared goal. Yaiba instructs the squad to prioritize data collection while Fuwa is quick to cut her off and says that he's gonna drop every last Humagear. Their ultimate goal is to stop the rampaging Humagear and find the source of the corruption, but Fuwa's hot-headed mentality and personal history means he already believes he knows the answer is hidden and wants to destroy every robot before they can do any more damage. Yaiba, on the other hand, is trying to remain calm and gather the proof and data that Ames needs to shut down any defective Humagear. This sort of conflict between these two really highlights the nature of the Humagear, who in episode 3 show that they are nearly perfect and that they can meet theirs and others' goals easily. Being human is about finding your weaknesses and surrounding yourself with others who maybe make up for them with their strengths. This is why nearly every writer has an other half that helps them grow and develop through their series. I mean, we got Shotaro and Philip, Gen and Kengo, Sento and Banjo. I can go on. They're opposites, yet they help each other get to the end and become better people. What I'm getting at is I don't see how Izu is going to be helping Aruto develop, because the way I see it, only a firmware update is going to push him onto new paths. And as it stands right now, 01 is only meant to protect the interests of hidden intelligence and prevent a massive lawsuit over this extremely dangerous flaws that exist within the Humagear. I also can't wait to see how our evil writers are going to play into this and what their overall motives flesh into. Thanks for watching, and I have to ask you, what have you enjoyed the most so far with 01? Let me know down below, and while you're there, be sure to subscribe and check out some of the links to merch, Patreon, and more. Till next time. Shout out to all the Patreons that are helping support me and the channel, especially a Frozen Traveler, Timothy Cardenas, Randy, Soundboard, Big Dog Steve, Damien Busker, Kiara Katsune, Canavada RX, and Ben Bartholomew. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.